Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic 4th of July weekend. Today we're diving into a brand new explainer looking at the state of the world right now, July 6th, 2026. If you look at the morning briefings and analyze the latest market reports, one massive, structural theme is jumping right off the page: execution. We are officially out of the theoretical woods and getting straight to the practical.
So think about it. What actually happens when the hype cycle just fades away and the real work finally begins? Well, as American businesses and global financial markets open up today, the spotlight is entirely on productivity, earnings, literally just getting things done. We've ridden this incredible wave of tech speculation over the last couple of years, but now the holiday is over, Washington is back to a full policy slate, and organizations everywhere are resuming normal operations with one clear mandate: show us the results.
And honestly, that really sets the stage for our whole macro environment. Look, it's a complex world out there, right? We've still got ongoing geopolitical tensions in Ukraine and Russia, NATO is locked in on European security, and the Middle East is absolutely keeping global energy markets on their toes. But despite all of that, international trade is holding incredibly strong. Whether you're tracking supply chains or just catching up on the World Cup, the overarching mood today is this cautious, constructive optimism. Cross-border investment is steady, the economic engine is absolutely humming along, and it's all being driven by this newfound focus on execution.
Section 1. AI becomes essential infrastructure.
This quote right here from this morning's brief really hits the nail on the head. AI isn't just some flashy science project anymore, it's literally the plumbing of our modern economy. It's not locked away in an isolated research lab or a pilot program. Cloud providers are aggressively pouring money into expanding their footprint. We're seeing AI agents actively running in production environments, and these capabilities are now just standard features in the software we use every single day. The conversation has completely shifted. Now we're talking about governance frameworks, reliability, and uptime. It's basically become as foundational to business as electricity or the internet.
It's actually wild to look at the stark contrast between how businesses were thinking just a short time ago versus today. The era of pure experimentation and speculation, yeah, that is definitively over. Today, we are living squarely in the age of operational excellence. Organizations are evaluating their tech investments strictly on cold, hard, measurable business outcomes. Productivity is the absolute, undisputed king of buying metrics right now. Nobody really cares if a tool is just cutting edge anymore. They want to know, does this drive efficiency? Does it optimize costs? Does it deliver undeniable value?
Section 2. Powering the tech boom.
So here's where it gets super interesting. This massive software shift, this transition to AI as essential infrastructure, has heavy physical consequences. Because of rapid AI adoption, we need physical infrastructure, and the demand is completely unprecedented. Data center construction is absolutely surging. It remains one of tech's biggest growth sectors globally, and to fill those sprawling data centers, semiconductor demand is blowing past all long-term expectations, making chip manufacturing a massive national priority. But here's the catch. All that hardware needs power, tons of it. And that constraint is triggering a huge wave of infrastructure modernization. We're talking accelerated grid updates, new transmission lines, and major battery storage deployments, just to keep supply chains and operations completely resilient. Because of that unbelievable power draw, utility companies are rapidly tearing up and rewriting their long-term strategies. The energy sector is having to scramble to reflect this digital boom. We are seeing massive capital flowing into grid resilience just to handle the unprecedented load. At the same time, and this is fascinating, nuclear energy is getting a ton of renewed attention as a rock-solid baseline power source. Add in heavy, continuous investments in battery storage and renewables, and you can see that the infrastructure for our future economy is quite literally being built from the ground up.
Section 3. The ripple effect across science, health, and space.
And this execution mindset, it doesn't stop at enterprise software. It's bleeding into sectors that are fundamentally life-changing. Across the board, AI integration is putting complex scientific research on fast forward. In science and space, we're making steady progress in quantum computing and fusion energy, while NASA continues pushing forward with Artemis and Mars exploration plans. Down here on Earth, in health and medicine, AI-assisted diagnostics are seeing massive adoption. Precision medicine, AI drug discovery, it's all advancing and driving real, tangible progress in things like personalized cancer research. Even remote patient monitoring is expanding. We are finally executing on the promise of using technology to fundamentally improve human life.
Section 4. The new future of work.
let's bring all this macro stuff down to the human level, right? As we all head back to the office this week, the 2026 workplace has definitely found its rhythm. The whole hybrid work debate, that's largely settled. Patterns are totally stable. But what has changed are the expectations. Employers are obsessed with measurable productivity right now. Because of that, we're seeing a huge rise in skills-based hiring. It's way less about traditional pedigrees and much more about what you can actually execute. For developers, AI coding assistants are just standard issue now. And since AI is impacting knowledge work across the board, continuous learning and upskilling yourself on these tools are absolutely your best competitive advantages.
Whether you look at the highly resilient hiring we're seeing in cybersecurity or the slightly more selective hiring across broader tech, the ultimate metric for organizations resuming full speed today is pure execution. The teams that are winning are the ones leveraging these new tools to move faster, work more efficiently, and deliver measurable value. Honestly, if you're focused, adaptable, and ready to just get things done, it is a phenomenal time to be working.
So I want to leave you with this final thought to chew on as you start your week. The hype has officially faded. The real work is here. The literal infrastructure for the next generation of global economic growth is being laid down as we speak, from the national energy grids to the way you write an email or code a program. As this era of execution takes over, how are you going to leverage these tools? How are you actively adapting your own skills to thrive in this highly productive new normal? Definitely something to think about as you tackle your projects this week. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.